Agatha, don't worry, they're gonna save us. I'm hungry. I think I still have some crackers in my bag.
I found one of the girls. We're gonna get you out of there, kiddo.
I reached out to the man, but he suddenly vanished into thin air, and I was left in total darkness. That dream again. Hi, I'm Agatha, and I have a twin sister, Riley. When we were 7, we went camping with our parents. My sister and I ran away from Mom and Dad and accidentally fell into a ravine. We were there for several hours before the rescuers found us. That was 10 years ago, but for some reason, my mind kept replaying that moment every time I fell asleep. Riley and I used to be really close when we were kids, but over time we grew apart. We had the same looks, parents, and even hobbies. We both liked climbing. Sometimes it felt like we were living the exact same life. Of course, that led to us developing a rivalry. I'm the original and you're a pathetic copy.
I'm number 1 and you're just my shadow.
After shaking off my usual nightmare, I went to the bathroom to get ready for the day.
Ugh, you took my toothbrush.
This one's mine. You must have lost yours again. Go buy yourself a better memory. You'll need to buy a wig by the time I'm done with you. Fighting as soon as we woke up was some kind of tradition, but that day we stopped when we heard our parents fighting.
You forgot to take out the trash again. I didn't forget. I gave it a chance to become independent. I'm married to a moron, and I happen to live with a dictator.
If I got $1 every time our parents argued, I would have saved up enough money to buy a house and move out years ago. Agatha, you ate all the cereal again, and you dressed like me again. Stop copying me.
Take out the damn trash, will you?
See? Even our parents can't tell us apart. Mom wasn't sure who she was talking to, and that's why she didn't call us by our names. Blah, 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 blah. I'm Agatha, and I only see everything in black. Shut up! It wasn't just our parents who couldn't tell us apart. Sometimes, even my friends treated Riley and I like we were the same person. I really wanted to have something I could call my own. After school, I headed to the sports academy. Their climbing club was looking for new members. I wanted to join them. Of course, I hadn't told Riley about my plan.
All right, Harold. Don't let me down. I always name my food. Is that weird?
And we all have our quirks. Then, to my shock, I saw Riley. She was also walking towards the academy. My heart sank. I couldn't let my sister notice me. Hey, hug me.
What? Okay.
Did Riley know about the climbing club, or was she there for some other reason?
Did you know that everyone has their own unique scent? For example, you smell like... a milkshake.
I changed my mind. You are a little weird.
Who are you hiding from?
It doesn't matter. See you around. I almost ran into Riley inside the academy. After she left, I came up to the receptionist to sign up for the climbing club.
There's only one spot left in the climbing club. We'll accept whoever fills out the form on our website first. You should hurry. I just told the same thing to the girl before you.
She probably meant my sister. I ran home to fill out that form before Riley. I found out about this club first. Too late. The last spot's already mine. Get lost. It was like we were fighting for the British throne. After a couple of minutes, we were too exhausted to continue. This isn't working. How about 3 tests? Whoever wins gets to join the club. What a surprisingly smart idea for someone so stupid. Ouch! The first contest was a race. Come on, whoever reaches the butcher shop first wins. Next, we found out who could stand on one leg longer. Give up, I can do this in my sleep. Finally, we climbed up the rock climbing wall in the city park to see who could reach the top first. Each contest ended in a draw. We were always neck and neck. Dang it was really like I was competing with myself. Any more bright ideas, genius? What if we sign up for the club using my name and take turns going there? Why not use my name? Because it was my idea. Fine, whatever. I'm sick of this anyway. It's pointless. We filled out the form and we got ready to bend the rules. Since we used my name, I went to the first practice. Their equipment was something else. The professional climbing wall was so tall it reminded me of a skyscraper.
Hi, I'm Mason, your instructor. And you're...
Agatha Hall.
Right, I see your name on the list. Grab the equipment and join us.
Hey, you're the food guy.
It's Alex, actually.
I'm Agatha.
Chips?
No, thank you. I prefer to train on an empty stomach. Mason gave us some basic instructions and the practice began. As I was climbing up, I felt like I was leaving all my problems behind. My parents' constant fights, my rivalry with my sister. That was why climbing was my favorite hobby.
Wow,
Alex has a great technique.
Rock climbing is my #1 passion. Do you want to know what #2 is?
I think I can take a guess. Food?
Spot on.
Next, it was Riley's turn to go to the practice under my name. But first, I told my sister everything I knew about the other club members. Have you memorized everything? Riley, you're not listening to me. Focus. We need everyone to believe we're the same person. Relax. We're practically identical. It's not just our curse, but also our superpower. It'll be fine. However, I was still afraid that my sister would ruin everything. I kept worrying about that until our parents started to fight again.
Look, the faucet is no longer leaking.
But the ceiling is. Bob, you're useless. Just call a plumber.
I should call an exorcist for you.
How did it go? Has anyone figured it out? It was great. Now shut up, I want to sleep. Despite her words, I still had my doubts, and I decided to talk to Alex at the next practice. Was I maybe acting a little weird last practice?
You were, actually. But hey, didn't you say we all have our quirks?
That's right. No one suspected anything, and I breathed a sigh of relief. For a while, my sister and I took turns going to practice. One day, we found out that our club was going out of town to a sports camp. There are gonna be wooden cabins and real rocks there. We'll go camping and sleep in tents. Wait, we can't go there together. Calm down. I've already come up with a plan. One of us will go to the campsite bus with everyone, and the other one will take a taxi. Once we get there, we'll take turns leaving our cabin. How's that sound? It might work. We should tell Mom and Dad we're both going to the camp. We flipped a coin to decide who would take the bus, and I won. I always got sleepy when I was driving somewhere, and that day I quickly dozed off as usual. I saw the dream that had been haunting me.
I found one of the girls. We're gonna get you out of there, kiddo.
Where is everyone? I'm scared. That stupid dream again. Why did the bus stop?
A flat tire. We're waiting for the driver to change it. Did you have a nightmare?
Sort of. It's a long story.
Well, we're stuck here with no Wi-Fi anyway.
I sighed, and I told him that I have a sister, but I didn't mention that she was my twin. I told him about the day Riley and I had fallen into the ravine. It could have ended badly, but we were saved. Ever since then, I've had the same dream every night.
That's still terrible. I get it, Agatha. Sometimes I have nightmares about running out of food.
That's not the same thing. For some reason, my parents have been fighting all the time also since that day. Do you know how much that sucks?
Sorry, I just wanted to lighten the mood.
We finally reached the camp, but it was already nighttime. I walked into my cabin and tried to turn on the lights, but touched someone's hand instead. Why are you squealing like a Christmas pig? Why are you sitting in the dark like some murderer? I arrived before you and I snuck into our cabin. I didn't turn on the lights because I didn't want to attract attention. What took you so long? We had a flat tire on the way. I am exhausted. Let's sleep. Take a shower first. You smell like Dad's socks after his morning jog. Ugh, I miss being on the bus already. At least there, I didn't have to listen to your stupid jokes. When I woke up the next morning, Riley wasn't there. I couldn't leave the cabin because I was afraid that someone would accidentally see us together. Couldn't call Riley either because there was no signal at the camp. The only thing I could do was wait. Out of boredom, I befriended a spider that was spinning a web in the corner of the room. My sister came back around lunchtime. Where have you been? I woke up early and I went for a run. Then it was time for breakfast, and after that I had to go to practice. Great. You left without a word, and I was stuck here alone the whole time. I got you something to eat. Never let it be said I don't look after my little sister. I'd rather have lunch with everyone. It's your turn to be stuck here. By the way, the spider's name is Spike. What spider? I spent the rest of the day with the other kids from the club. We found a real rock and practiced climbing under Mason's supervision. When it started to grow dark, we set up a tent camp and lit a bonfire. It was super fun, and I laughed until my stomach hurt. I felt like the life of the party.
Dinner will be ready soon. We can tell scary stories after we eat.
Oh no.
What's wrong? We haven't even started yet.
It wasn't scary stories I was afraid of. It was just that I'd seen a familiar silhouette in the bushes nearby. Excuse me for a moment. Why are you here? Someone might see you. I got bored. Spike isn't very sociable. This way I can at least watch the fun from afar. If we get caught, there'll be no more fun for either of us. Go back to the cabin. Who put you in charge? Coming here was my dream. You know what I dream about? Being an only child. Riley gave me a disappointed look and left without a word. The other kids and I spent the night in tents and only returned to the camp in the morning. It's your turn to have fun today, Riley. My sister was nowhere to be seen. Ugh. She broke our deal and went somewhere again. I waited for her for a few hours and then I tried to find her, but it was useless. What the heck? By the evening, my stomach was in knots. I can't wait any longer. She might be in real trouble. I found Mason and I confessed everything to him. This whole time, Riley and I have been pretending to be the same person, but now she's missing.
Agatha, is this your idea of a joke?
I'm being serious. I tried to find pictures of my sister on my phone, but Riley and I hadn't gotten along in years and we didn't have a single photo together. I couldn't call my parents so they'd confirm my words either because there was no signal, and no one at the camp had ever seen us at the same time. It wasn't surprising they didn't believe me.
No offense, Agatha, but I need to ask you something. Are you sure Riley is real?
What? Of course she is.
You look like you're having a nervous breakdown. I'm studying psychology, so I know a thing or two about it.
What are you trying to say?
Could it be that when you were children and fell into the ravine, only one of you survived, but you felt so guilty that your mind refused to accept that Riley was gone? That might be the reason why you're having the reoccurring dream.
I'm not crazy. Riley is real. What if Mason was right? That would explain why there were only 3 toothbrushes in our bathroom. Had my parents been fighting since that day because they lost a child? No, it was all coincidence. It had to be.
Agatha, I believe you. Remember when I said that everyone has their own unique scent? You smell like a milkshake, but sometimes when we talked, you smelled like apple pie, which means I was talking to 2 different people.
Thank you, Alex. I thought I was crazy.
Where'd you see your sister last?
At the tent camp.
Then let's start our search there.
We took the equipment and came to the rocks. It was already pretty dark, but we managed to find footprints near the bushes Riley had hidden in. The footprints lead over there. Let's go. This is Riley's favorite gum. She was here. We need to climb up higher.
Are you sure we should be doing this in the dark?
I am. My sister is in trouble. I can feel it.
I'm coming with you.
Riley! Where are you? Agatha! I'm here!
Her voice is coming from that ravine.
Let's hurry. We used a rope to get Riley out of there. What happened? I saw you having fun by the campfire last night and I got jealous. Everyone always likes you more than me. I couldn't go to sleep after we fought. Instead, I decided to practice rock climbing. I wanted to be better than you at something, but I miscalculated a bit and fell into the ravine. So you were there for almost a whole day? Yeah, but I knew you'd find me. I'm sorry for saying that I wanted to be an only child. I was really worried out of my mind when you disappeared. We aren't the same person, but we should really stick together.
Girls, you're like 2 halves of an apple.
No matter what, we can always trust Alex to talk about food. Luckily, our adventure ended well. Everyone was shocked to see Riley and me standing next to each other. At first, Mason was angry at us for tricking him, but then he promised we could both do the climbing club in the future using our real names. When we returned home, I decided to ask our parents why they fought all the time.
It all began when you went missing during that hike. Your dad and I both blamed each other, and now it's like we can't stop.
You should go to family therapy.
It's probably worth a try. I don't want to lose any of my favorite girls.
Oh, honey. Agatha, I found my toothbrush. Turns out our cat likes to play with it. Now it all makes sense. I finally understood why I kept having that reoccurring dream. I missed the connection Riley and I used to have when we were kids. My subconscious kept taking me back to the time when we were still friends. Our relationship is better now, and that dream is no longer haunting me. Alex is right. We're 2 halves of an apple. Would you want to have a twin?